Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at all the skins of the current Rust Store. I'll make comparisons to previous Rust Store skins to get a good idea in regards to how much each of these skins are likely to sell by next Thursday, and a nerdnet will then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, and I'll start yapping. So, Easter week 1, but we're rolling with the idea that people don't really care about Easter. I've kind of made like 3 videos already talking about this. So, of course, in the Rust rotation video, by all means, if you get a good look at all those skins, watch that. But in the predictions video, I'm very quick to say I don't really expect that much. Only one thing has caught my eye, really, and everything else I just expect, I just expect to go down in price. Even the brand new items, that's to be expected as well. However, I would sit here and say the sales are reasonably okay, especially for like Easter. But I will sit here and say next week, Easter week 2, unless we see something really wacky, I don't think we're going to see that much better next week. Usually the second week of Easter every year is a bit... So anyway, top selling skin, Easter Madness Garage Tour, 7,600 subscribers. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Lowest selling skin, well, that just so happens to be the barbecue with just barely over 2,000 subscribers. So, alright, there's a bit of a difference there. But on average, the sales are pretty okay. Like, we've had some pretty quiet weeks somewhat recently. And yeah, it was to be expected. But not as bad as one might think. And with the choice of skins, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to complain. I was expecting Easter themed skins. We got Easter themed skins. Shrug. So, okay, cool. Understood. So, yeah, we'll see how things pan out. But again, still, we're expecting not that much. Sorry to say, if you were hoping for a very extravagant video expressing my joys and positive... No. At least I enjoyed my birthday, so yeah, thank you very much once again to all the people who offered some very nice kind words. But let's just get through this. It'll probably be a short video. Easter Madness Garage Tour. Currently right now at 10,500 subscribers. But if we could quickly hop back, as we said, 7,600. Now, can I also just sit here and say, it's not 48 hours later. I'm sitting here, it's like 54 hours later. Wow, you really did slow down, huh? Well, we'll have to take that into consideration, because as you'll see over here, it was the top selling skin. But what are we going to compare to? Well, I honestly thought we could just go to the previous week and look at Naval Camo Tier 3. But to be honest with you, looking at how it's moved over the course of like the first 2 days, and a bit, it's barely moving. But come on, let's take a look. So yeah, Naval Camo, the Tier 3, it went up to 16,000 subscribers. But I was very much under the impression quite a lot of people probably waited until the abnormal barders, then made a move and waited until Thursday to actually go ahead and purchase some. Did you? I bought 50 of each. I don't think we're going to go all the way up to 16,000. But you know what? I will sit here and say 14 to 16,000. I think that's a perfectly fine amount to suggest. But in regards to that, well, consider this the representative of all the Easter skins we're looking at today. By default, it's a holiday skin. Once it's out of season, guess what? People don't care. It's also another garage door. Ooh. Anyway, so hopping back over to here. Basically, people don't really seem to care about Easter skins. Even in anticipation to next year's Easter, I don't expect that much of a boost. Not really. So it really wouldn't surprise me if it just goes down in price. You're better off with a barter for sure. And that's basically what we'll say when we do the abnormal barders. So, again, sorry I don't have that much positivity, but by all means, if you like the skins here, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, alright? But if you're looking to make an investment, well, wow, you're much better off with a barter. So, okay. That'll probably be like a up to $1.20 barter situation. Again, we'll talk more about that Wednesday night when we do the abnormal barders and stream. So, alright, cool. Carrot Chopper Salvaged Axe. 9,000 subscribers right here. But if we could just quickly hop back over to here, you'll see with your own eyes, it had just under 7,000 subscribers. Now, I would have said Space Station Armor Double Door, but a lot of people jumped onto that last week, so let's just quickly hop back over to here, because you probably noticed, oh well, there you go, wedged right in between the Tier 3. I don't think we're going to see the Salvaged Axe go all the way up to 16,000 subscribers. I expect it to at least be less than the Garage Door. So I will refer to the space station on the double door, but based on what we just discussed with the garage door, I'm going to sit here and say I expect this to do between 13 to 15,000 subscribers. So just a little bit less. That's the expectation. Now, this is the first ever Salvaged Axe skin we have ever seen, all right? But there will be more, okay? So if I could just quickly point this out, there's at least like another 4 Easter skins that are submitted somewhat recently. Say hello to Easter Salvaged Axe, Sunbaked Salvaged Axe, Blooming Sun Salvaged Axe, and Easter Hunter Salvaged Axe. We've got some pretty interesting designs, and then after that, well, I think we might be seeing some interesting designs being produced from certain collections, yes. So get a quick look at all of these. Some very nice, interesting approaches, some very nice, interesting designs. We are very likely going to see another one next week. The point I'm trying to get across is, with brand new skinnables, the first few skins that tend to get accepted, well, they're expected to sell quite a lot. But as time goes on, as more and more options appear, unfortunately, people won't care about the originals so much anymore. They're no longer that much like special. We've seen this happen to bids. We've seen this happen to SKSs. This is honestly a great shout as well. First few skins sell a ridiculous amount, but as we see more and more options appear, they're not so special anymore, and they suffer because of it. So I'm a bit worried about you. Will it just be a barter situation? Yes, it'll just be a barter situation. So, okay, no worries then. So, yep, 13 to 15,000 subscribers, 14 to 16,000 subscribers. Let's now take a look at the sheet metal door and the furnace. So as you can see right here, 8,200 subscribers at the moment and 7,700 subscribers, almost 7,800. What are we going to compare with you? So let's go hop back and take a look. Okay, well, 6,000 and around 5,700 subscribers. What might be a very nice thing to consider looking at? I reckon we could go back a fair bit and look at the wrought iron locker. So let's go ahead and take a look at you. How much did you end up selling? Oh, 13,000 subscribers and a bit more. So, okay then. Considering that and then considering the sales rate so far, I reckon the sheet metal door and the furnace are going to probably do between 11 to 13,000 subscribers. Now, again, it's a very holiday gimmicky skin. Well, I mean, is it? It's just a cool looking mosaic design rabbit hedge. With all due respect, I could just sit here and say it's just a nice looking door. A lovely bit of glow. I can respect that. It's not like he's got chickens around him with Easter eggs and whatnot. No, it's just a ominous staring rabbit. So, okay. But by default, it's a sheet metal door. Well, what does that mean? Well, how many sheet metal doors do we tend to see? Oh, a lot. Typically, we see tons of sheet metal doors being accepted in a single year, and unfortunately, due to that, it's a struggle for them to actually, like, retain interest, and therefore retain their price. So, unless it's got an anime girl on it, haha. Anyway, joking, but let's see if it works out nicely. It's not selling too ridiculously, but by default, I don't expect that much. Very likely get lost in a shuffle like these did. So, yeah, we'll see what becomes of it, but I respect it. It's a very nice looking design. But in regards to buy orders, I'll probably go about halfway. So, yeah. And then the Royal Furnace, $3. Oh, and it still sold quite a lot as well. Oh, but it does look nice. I have seen this in game. It is a pretty cool looking skin. So props to McQuarrie. It was a perfectly fine approach. It's just at $3. Are you actually going to retain your price? It's a nice regal approach with some jewels all around, and it looks as if it's got a crown on top. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. But furnaces in general, you take one quick look and yeah, oh wow, not a single one from last year is currently in the positive. And you go to the year before that, and you still have a few, but you had a lot more. I'm expecting more furnaces to be accepted this year, and I'm expecting this to suffer like, well, pretty much all of these so far. That's only struggling a little bit, but it could get worse. So yeah, I don't really expect that much, I'm sorry to say. Again, Wilder's about halfway. Yeah, most likely. So, alright, cool. Let's just now talk about the Jackhammer and the Small Box. So 7,000 subscribers over to here, and 6,400-ish, almost there, subscribers for the Easter Chicks box. Let's go ahead and take a look at you. Alright, so hopping back and taking a look. What do we see? 5,000 subscribers, 4,700 subscribers. What am I going to compare to? Well, I thought to myself, you know what? We could probably go ahead and look at the Cold Hunter Handmade LMG and the Oil King AK-47. So let's go ahead and do just that. Let's go take a looky. So back about a few, just a few weeks, just a few. 11,300 and almost 13,000 subscribers. Now, realistically speaking, looking at the current progress, looking at the current movement, I don't think it's going to reach between 11 to 13,000, so I'll knock it back a bit. A bit. I lost my tongue there. 10 to 12,000 subscribers, I reckon both of these will reach by its 7-day tenure in the restore next Thursday. Jackhammer, I'm going to give you a warning. Number one, that's not abnormal. Number two, it's the focused item of the month. And let me tell you, April has 5 restores. So next week, we very likely will see the other Easter-themed Jackhammer that was submitted recently. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. And you also might notice a certain other skin has appeared. Yeah, we're going to see some notable collections producing their very own Jackhammers now. So, just saying. But yeah, don't be surprised if we see this next week. And if we don't, well, we've got lots of potential new Jackhammers on the horizon that will be appearing for all the other restores for April 2026. So, yeah, just want to put a warning out there. There could be worries, there could be issues. And it's a holiday-themed skin. What happens when it's no longer the holiday? So there you go. And then, of course, look at the recent Jackhammers. Oh boy, yes. So it's not exactly sunshine and rainbows, I'm sorry to say. Then over to here with the Easter Chicks box. I did do a comparison when I looked at the work crate with this. Now, that was in the Rust rotation video. Look for the chat to skip ahead. You'll see there's a comparison portion of it. It does hide and rocks quite nicely, much like the work crate box. But that's all it really does. And it's a nice glow-in-the-dark design, but that's also a bit of a detriment when you're trying to hide it as well. So, again, watch that comparison portion. I'm not really sure what to expect with this. It's an interesting design. It's an interesting approach. Unique in its own way, and technically a little bit smaller compared to the work crate. But based on what I'm looking at here, I'm not really expecting that much, as well. Let's also just look at all the recent small boxes we've seen. Notice how the Curse of the Drowned treasure chest is down in price when I had a very similar idea. Notice the Christmas one, oh boy, here. But the point still remains. The majority of these small boxes are not looking very good at the moment. So, might be a bar dome, we only go about halfway. Sorry to say, but yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Let us now move on and take a look at the AK-47, the SKS, and the Tier 2 armor. So we have 6,000 subscribers, 5,600 subscribers, and on average around here, 5,200 to 5,400. Okay, cool. So let's actually look at what the sales were with the first 24 hours of subscribers, 24 hours of sales, whatever. 4,400, 4,000, and almost 4,000. You're looking at 3,900 and 3,800. Cool. What are we going to compare to then, Hedge? Well, I thought, you know what? We could just look at the previous week. We could look at the Apotheosis of Warbed with only 4,000 subscribers there. But we could also go back a bit and look at the Curse of the Drowned treasure bag as well. I thought that might be a perfectly fine option. So, alright, cool. Let's go ahead and do just that. So with the previous week, we can see the Apotheosis of Warbed, just over 9,000 subscribers. Remember, it was in the store for $3.49. It was quite expensive. Wow. And then, of course, the previous week from there, we have the Curse of the Drowned treasure bag, just over 10,600 subscribers. And it's actually retaining its value. Cool. So, all right, cool. I'm looking at these skins over to here. And I'm thinking the AK-47, the SKS, and the Tier 2 armor, I reckon they're going to do between, 9 to 11,000 subscribers. You know I'm going to have a pretty fun time talking about these, but come on, let's focus. First of all, Eggy AK-47, $3.49. Not exactly a nice, affordable, approachable option. It does have a very nice, interesting aim sight, which I'm sure many of you are fully well aware of at the moment. But, made by the exact same skin creator, Fuff. We literally have the Olympus AK-47 right there. And you might sit there and say, well, why would I want that one? This is a holiday-themed skin. This is $3.49. This is the Olympus AK-47. It went up into the positive recently as we went through post-Christmas. It technically has a collection. It's only this and the revolver. But the point still remains, this is $1 cheaper, and, well, I guess a lot of people might prefer this one as well, considering it's got the nice pearlescent white with gold trim. Now, there's a lot of other options out there, including Twitch drops, which you most likely got for free, okay? So the point I'm trying to get across is, it wouldn't surprise me if this still gets lost in the shuffle. It's a holiday-themed skin. It's pricey. I see that as problematic. So, yeah, I'm not feeling so confident with this one. Even if it only did like 9,000 subscribers, it still wouldn't surprise me if it suffers. Carrot SKS, it's purely based on the fact that we have had so many SKSs in such a short amount of time. 6 SKSs in a row, concurrently, over the past 6 weeks. It's pretty ridiculous, isn't it? But, yeah. I don't think it's going to stop. I think we're going to keep seeing more and more and more SKSs. I'm expecting Twitch drops and kick drops of SKSs. It feels like an inevitability. And then eventually, at some point, we will see the transparent aim sight SKS eventually being accepted. Base Punch have done their best to try and avoid that. But soon, they'll cave in. So anyway, even though it's priced at $2 and it's shaped like a carrot, I don't really expect that much. I don't think people care that much about carrots. Are you a carrot enjoyer? Feel free to comply, I guess. But then, Easter Bloom kilt, vest, and helmet. Yes, we got the Tier 2 armor all on display right there. And you're telling me this right here potentially is only going to do between 9 to 11,000 subscribers. And to be honest with you, looking at the moment, it looks like it could still sell a little bit less. Well, yes, I am telling you that. Have you seen my short video where I showcase this? Have you seen my rust rotation showcase of this? I would recommend you get a good look at it right now, because I am not joking when I say this is actually nice, approachable, and fairly good green Tier 2 armor. And you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, have you gone to see our Hedge? No, I'm not joking. You're going to point out the orange of the carrots, and you're going to point out like the flowers that you see there, the purple flowers. You don't notice it from a certain distance. I'm not joking when I say that very likely could work out very, very nicely, and it's not selling that much. So, not selling that much, and could be appreciated later on down the line. All the better for it to rise up in price in the future? What, really? And of course, there's also the possibility that we see a sequel next year, so next Easter, 2027. Okay. I mean, I look forward to the idea of it, but yes, I am surprised to see that this really isn't selling that much. But I don't think too many people are even aware that it's actually quite effective. Hedge would have to make another video discussing camouflage options, cheap camouflage options that is, just to get the point across perhaps. Well, then we'll have to wait and see. So, okay, cool. So, alright then, you've been informed. But what's your opinion? Well, you're going to have to go see for yourself. So, alright, cool. We'll see what comes of that. But I am interested. And the only thing I was interested when I did my predictions video was this. The only thing I was actually looking at that I thought could do quite alright. Out of everything here. So, okay, cool. Then we have the Hot Cross Buns rock. I mean, I don't really expect that much of it. Rock skins aren't exactly insane or anything. But yep, 3,300 subscribers here. I thought we could just go back to the previous week and compare to the Chrome Wave Double Barrel Shotgun with 3,250 subscribers. We'll take a quick look at you, and then of course we'll discuss rocks. But yep, that only did about almost 8,000 subscribers. I thought this rock over here would probably do between 7,000 to 8,000 subscribers. Rock skins in general, they're there. We recently had the Lunar rock sold for $2.49. It's half its price. We had the Heart of Chaos rock selling at $3.49. It's actually done a pretty decent job retaining its value. And then, of course, we look at the previous year's skins. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are actually in the positive. But part of a notable collection, and Silly Face. The dreaded evil Mr. Chick Rock. There's a whole meme behind that. And Deep Ruby, which I'm kind of surprised to see, but hey, I guess it's from a notable collection. Also, take note, the silly animal designs that we saw as well. They're not doing too bad. But this right here, it's a hot cross bun. I mean, you might want to try and eat it, I guess, but I don't know if that's going to do well enough. Also, it's covered in foil. I've never seen that happen before. I'm surprised with the design. I don't really expect that much, I'm sorry to say. Not to sound mean, yeah. If you have a good enough thing to mention, feel free to talk now. Comment below. Easter Reef Wrap, Poncho, and Trojan Egg Basket Grill. Barbecue. So, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these, because right now, all of them are basically around 3,000 subscribers. That really isn't that much, is it? No, it's not. So, yeah, 2,400, 2,350, and 2,100 subscribers. You could barely see them down there. I thought we could just go back to the previous week and compare with the Chaos MP5 that did 2,300 subscribers. So, away we go. Up, Hedge, up. Chaos MP5 only did around 5,200 subscribers. Looking at the current progress with these three skins, I reckon they're only going to do between 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers. Now, let me also point this out. a sheer lack of sales could lead to some success. Like, I'm talking something that sold hardly anything. All three of these, they could be candidates for that. Do you remember, quite recently, with this Christmas rush store, we had the gingerbread wooden double door. It only did around 7,000 subscribers. Didn't really do that much, did it? No. But did you see what happened to it over the course of like the first month of its existence on the Steam market? It was manipulated. People jumped in, bought out the majority of the... I'm talking too quickly. People jumped in, bought out the majority of the stock, inflated the value, and I'm very much under the impression they probably traded it over to a third-party website, which didn't know any better, and they probably traded for actual genuinely valuable things. Because you'll suddenly notice it just instantly drops. Nobody cares about it anymore. So, yes. Holiday skins that don't sell that much, they very likely could be manipulated at some point later down the line. So if that sounds interesting to you, maybe you might want to put down a decent buy order. It's up to you. But I don't exactly expect to see tons of them on the Steam market either. So we'll see what becomes of that. But yeah, only 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers for the three of these skins. But individually, I don't really think people are going to care that much. Like, you probably were hoping for me to talk about each and every single one of these, but I just don't really know what to say. I will point out, recently we did see the Lunar Poncho. That's just, like, surprisingly in the positive. I don't know why that's in the positive. Keep an eye on that. That might be being manipulated. It only did 3,800 subscribers. What caused it? Not sure. So, okay. For your consideration. And, yeah, that's it. Did all of that in about 22 minutes. Now, don't forget, all the expectations with the sales, they're always chaptered. So, if you look at each chapter, when I talk about, like, the garage door, in appendices, we also happen to have like the 14 to 16,000 subscriber estimate. So yeah, you can always just scroll down, look at the description if you happen to forget what my expectations were. But again, at the end of the day, the main expectation is we don't think people care about Easter. Would you agree? So, all right, cool. And again, I repeat, it really wouldn't surprise me if next week potentially it would be a lot less, like a lot less interesting and a lot less demand. I mean, we'll see what gets accepted. There's certainly some very nice designs that could be accepted, but, well, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? You're looking at it, aren't you? What's it going to be? 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 We'll see. So, all right, cool. Player count. Can't confirm the player count over the past few days has been pretty good. I had to tweet about it, so let's just quickly hop over to here. So if I could just scroll down, I had to point this out. Yep. For the first time ever, we have seen in April manage to have over 200,000 people playing. Now, I do kind of talk about this in this very new video right over to here. It appears the stars aligned because, of course, in the Western world, Easter's happening. And for quite a lot of countries around the world, I'm sure quite a lot of people had time off for Good Friday. So, well, yesterday. And, of course, they also happen to have Monday off as well because, Easter. So, yeah, stars aligned. We also happen to have the April Force wipe. Cool. So quite a lot of people had time off, plenty of time to play Rust, and it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. What's your opinion though? Have you been enjoying the Easter egg hunts? Have you accidentally tried to pick up an Easter egg and found out it was a tiger? So yeah, it's been doing pretty good recently. So much so that I had to make an update video to the video I made 2 weeks ago because, of course, I announced that the Easter dip was underway. March had been real bad. But now that we've entered April, surprisingly, it does look as if quite a lot of skins in general, I'm talking about the ones you'll just see in the Steam market, for example, they're actually doing better now. They're starting to improve. So do consider watching this video over to here. Yeah, it's a 40-minute ramble, but after you've listened to it, you're probably going to think, oh, well, I better make some moves. I better go make some purchases before it's too late. Because from here now, you're very likely going to start seeing the beginnings of skins getting closer and closer and then eventually managing to, reach brand new all-time peak prices again. Yeah. So that's expected to happen around July and August. It's quite a ways away, but it's got to happen eventually, right? And eventually, as well, we're expecting it just to be better in general. So, yeah. Consider making some moves. Consider making some investments. And don't forget, lots of chapters all there. Lovely. Wonderful. So, cool. Everything's been said. And, yeah, even Facepunch themselves acknowledged that the April Force wipe was very Very good. I retweeted the Alistair tweet there. Lovely stuff. Also, there happens to be a Burnt Peanut mini event taking place. No, there's no Twitch drops for it. It's just like a community event that was set up, so that's nice. And, well, yeah, that's pretty much everything. 25 minutes, we're all done. Cool. No complaints. Awesome. So, all right, cool. Have you been keeping track of the workshop? Have you noticed some interesting skins being submitted? Well, regular, non-holiday skins are back. Oh, wow, Blackout SKS, I just noticed. Wait, hang on a minute. No, you're a resubmission, right? Yes, because I've already shown you off, haven't I? I'm pretty sure I've already done that. Okay, cool. Not going to complain. So, yeah, let's see if these skins potentially could be accepted at some point. And, of course, let's see what else potentially appears. We are expecting some notable collection continuations. Where's the naval camo boots and gloves? Oh, well, got to wait and see. So, yep, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And just a quick heads up, I am going to change the rust rotation video from here and now. I'm just going to showcase the skins. The predictions video will be what is the yapping video, where I look at the skins. And I spend as much as I want sitting there and discussing the skins and whatnot, all right? So try not be too surprised when the rust rotation video might only be about 15 to 20 minutes long. It's what people have been asking me to do. Guess I'll go do it then. Guess goodbye.